Now we move on Zed Connect, and this time around we get to find out more about an artist who has represented Zambia big time. Now he has toured Europe and America, and his name, I'm sure most of us know him. I'm talking about B Flow. We caught up with him and found out more about his recent journey to the United States and also what he has been up to. Let's take a look.
But I want to remind you that knowledge is power. And sweet, super fantastic and the video shots collaboration with the Abraham, Just Slim alongside with the B Flow. And forever we say, let's go. I don't wanna lose another brother. I don't wanna lose another sister. Everybody wants to wake up tomorrow when you know your status. You know how to live your life. I don't wanna.
Hey man, it's really good to be back in the country. I must say it's been an amazing 2016 for me, and entering 2017 is now very optimistic of the things that I'm capable of achieving and the impact that I'm capable of making in people's lives and the many lives I'm capable of touching. It's been like 6 months of traveling. I remember I started moving around June of 2016 when I first went to South Africa, Johannesburg, for the Southern Africa Regional Conference for the Yana Fellowship. Came back to Zambia. Then the following month, July, around the 15th of July, I went back to Durban this time, South Africa, but Durban this time, and participated in the AIDS conference, the World AIDS Conference, which came back to Africa after 15 years of being in other places. And during that time, I collaborated with Queen Latifah and Common, Mikasa, Big Naz, as well as our very own Just Slim, who happens to be one of my mentees. So we did the Keep the Promise campaign, which is the Keep the Promise March and Concert in collaboration with the AIDS Healthcare Foundation in Kingsmead, Durban. And then at the stadium, we all convened there. Then we performed, and it was just a great ceremony. You got to see the clips on Zed Connect, on Small Talk, on Born and Bred. It was just amazing.
I don't wanna lose another brother. I don't wanna lose another sister. Everybody wants to wake up tomorrow when you know your status. You know how to live your life.
Then from there, I came back to Zambia. Then in September, I left and went to New York, where I went to present the Rising Star Award at the Mwape Peer Awards, which I presented to the first youngest Zambian male pilot by the name of Kalenga Kamundo. After that, I was then invited to go to Norway for a tour of Norway and Sweden under the ZW Foundation, which was recently launched in Norway. And we were sponsored quite well by one of the coffee companies there that just loved the work that we're doing at ZW, because we started a movement back in 2011 to collaborate between Zambian artists and Norwegian artists in order to give each other exposure in the two countries, or the two regions, Africa and Europe. And after that, I was invited to the World Bank to make a presentation on the work that I do in Zambia on music for change, gender-based violence, HIV/AIDS, and many other social issues. Then I was also invited to the State Department of the White House of the U.S. government. I performed at a venue, one of the auditoriums that has never been used by many musicians. I'm told that if there are few musicians that have used it, it's the likes of Jay-Z and Beyonce, maybe because they also worked very closely with the Obama administration. And then mostly it's used for speeches that are given by the Secretary of State. So I happened to be the first African artist to perform there, which was very humbling for me, and also because I represented Zambia there. And they were impressed. What was amazing is that, you know, this is a venue where it's very serious. Like I said, it's the Secretary of State that makes speeches there. So people don't really get to be very, you know, comfortable with the music, and you can like sing along. But I made them sing along, you know. Yet I was singing very serious songs on my campaigns, on GPV, on HIV/AIDS, and a bit of some love songs. And they, you know, they sang, they danced along, they were waving their hands in the air. It was amazing to see such an environment that would be considered political to be very informal at that time because of the presence of B Flow. So I took some African warmth there, some Zambian warmth. Then from there, went back to New York. New York was like my base, so I kept going back to New York. We did the same in Hollywood, and we marched with the people of Hollywood. We made speeches, we did press briefings, then we also did great performances, which I believe people really, really loved, and I loved the response when I heard that it was aired on Zed Connect and Born and Bred, and people really, really loved it. I'm amazed, and I just appreciate everybody worldwide that supported this, because with this one, the Hollywood one, it's very, very historic, because I performed at 2 venues where I became the first and only African artist to headline, not to be a supporting artist, but to headline at these events. And these were the Hollywood Palladium, where Adele, Jay-Z, Beyonce have performed in the recent past, and then at the biggest entertainment venue in Hollywood called the Dolby Theater, where there are events like America's Got Talent takes place, the Grammy Awards, the Academy, the Oscars, all those awards take place right there, and I got to perform there, and it was a very emotional moment for me, because I was given an opportunity to speak about a problem that we have in Africa, and a problem that has affected the whole world, which is HIV/AIDS, and that was an opportunity for me to be able to express myself and just make sure that I make a call to action for people to be able to act and play a part in HIV/AIDS prevention, care and treatment, and remember the people that are suffering. At the same time, I got to perform a song called Dear Mama, which is dedicated to my late mom, and it's like a tribute to mom, as well as a tribute to Barack Obama, who's made us proud as Africans and as black people for being the first the first African to win a Nobel Peace Prize, as well as to become the first black president of the US. He made us proud, and I thought I could dedicate this song to him, because he's also changed my life, simply because of an endorsement that he made of me. Many other people around the world have believed in my message and have been able to engage me and to work with them. So it's been great, and I really appreciate it.
Leaders, let's remind each and every individual to take care of that one person. I got a message from one of my friends in Africa who was living positively with HIV, and he told me, when you go to LA, remind all the people that you're going to find at Dolby Theater that they must keep the promise to continue funding the treatment and the prevention of HIV.
Yeah, so for 2017, I have focused on doing a couple of things. I'm doing artist mentorship now, especially for Zambia, to be able to expose Zambian artists to the outside world with the connections that I've been able to make in other countries. I want to take fellow Zambian artists out there under the umbrella of my Music for Change initiative, which has a couple of things going on. We have video production, we have audio production. We also have a lot of charity work that we're doing as Music for Change Foundation. We have a record label and many other things that we're doing. So now we're going into artist training to be able to train musicians on how to communicate their messages. It's very important, because most of them are very, very talented, but maybe sometimes don't really bring out the things that really can impact somebody's life, but we tend to focus on things that we think will earn us some money, So I'm collaborating with organizations such as the Zambia Center for Communications Programs, because they teach people how to communicate, and I'm still collaborating with the US government and the US Embassy, and we're still trying to see what other things we can be able to do in order to train more artists, and also take more artists out there to the US and to other places to give them some exposure, and then when they come back to Zambia, like I did after Yali, they can be able to implement some of the things that they learn from outside to be able to fit it within what works for Zambia. So 2017 is an amazing year. I'm also releasing another album, but only at the end of the year, because I have to focus on all these other initiatives that I have going on, as well as promoting my singles and also promoting my artists under the label, and also reaching out to other artists and other celebrities who are in the media to be part of the movement that we have, to be able to use our voices and influence for positive social change. It's your boy, super fantastic at the video shots, B Flow, aka Mr. Chansiton, aka the voice for the voiceless, and you're watching Zed Connect.
Alright, so that's a bit about B Flow. I think he has done so much, flying the Zambian flag really high, and we're surely proud of him, and we hope to see him do more and make more music for change.